And, you look at what McCain wants to do. I mean, Obama, I'll tell you, I watched him last night. He's a cool customer, and there's no doubt about that. But when you start adding up everything what he wants to do, it does, I'll tell you, you can't help but think, you're raising taxes, you're giving essentially welfare checks. Here's what I don't get. If you make $249,000 a year, you get a welfare check from the federal government. If you make $250,000 a year, well, you're going to pay $40,000 extra in taxes that year. That, to me, it just sounds absurd, and maybe we can get some more clarity from Steve Leisman.
Or
Is he
Steve
around?
Forbes?
Yeah, he's gone.
I guess you've got to draw the line somewhere, right, Steve?
Well, again, this is just a handing out money, and whenever a Democrat talks about investments, hold your wallet, because it means they're going to take money out of it and spend it for you.
But,
spending is, the investment is another word for spending with the Democrats.
Steve, could you add up everything he wanted to spend last night? I mean, listen, John McCain, listen, say what you want about his performance, but I'm talking, just looking at that debate rationally. Could you literally add up? He wanted to invade Pakistan, I thought he said. He wants a surge in Afghanistan. He wants expanded health care. He wants to give a tax break to anybody under, not a tax break, essentially a welfare check to anybody who makes $249,000 and less. By the way, it's not a tax cut because poor people don't pay income taxes. You're not changing the tax rates.
No,
and then he wants
the
to tax
thing.
everybody else.
This is a form of a rebate check, and we know rebate checks don't work. They give a brief boost to the economy, and then it's back to where we were before. We tried this in the 70s. Bush has tried it twice. It does not work. So that's where I wish they ripped him on it. This is just a rebate time. It does not increase incentives, and we need Reagan-esque incentives. Now, Joe says this is making me a dinosaur. No, this is the mammal of capitalism. The dinosaurs are the relics of the 30s and 70s who want to bring it back again in the early part of the century.
Although, isn't it true that either one of these candidates is going to be facing a very different scenario? They started coming up with their plans on how they wanted to allocate capital, how they wanted to take with whatever money the government had and where they wanted to spend it. Don't they both have to, at this point, reassess? We're in a very different situation.
Becky, if you look at what Barack Obama says, you look at what McCain said, and you have to give McCain this credit. He is a guy that's, he's got on the wrong side of conservatives like Steve Forbes for this reason, because he compromised. I don't see anything compromising about Barack Obama except for his demeanor. I mean, he is a cool customer. There's no doubt. He's brilliant.
He has told John Harwood that the economic situation worsens. He will consider delaying these tax moves.
But think about it, Carl. Consider? I mean, what are we talking about here? How much worse does it have to get?
You're saying he's not bending. I mean, he's clearly going to gauge information as it comes in.
Carl, if you look at Barack Obama's record and you look at who is much more of an ideologue here, and right now we do need people that are willing to compromise. Barack Obama, his record is thin, but it's been incredibly ideological from the beginning, from the time he was a community activist. I mean, to the time he was a state senator, to the time he was in the U.S. Senate. He's been an ideologue, and that's why I don't hear him talking. I mean, one of the things that McCain should have asked him, I can't understand, are you really going to raise taxes? Are you still going to go through with that? He never put that to him, and I think he did a disservice by not doing it, because we don't know exactly what Barack Obama wants to do.
And if tax increases are bad in a weak economy, why are they good in a strong economy?
Well, listen, we're not going to get into that, because I agree with you, but this is even more insane. This is throwing gasoline on the fire. I mean, I don't